Good morning, how you doing? So, it is new moon in Leo, and I'm going to speak as loudly as I can. And I'm going to use my beautiful oracle cards. And the cards we're obviously going to use is this one, new moon in Leo. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so while I'm talking to you about the new moon in Leo, I'm going to be making a curry. Now I'm doing it because I've only got a wee hour before I have to do quite a few other things today, so I thought, why not talk about something as important as this while I make a curry, because when you make food, it's really magic. So the new moon in the Leo is, look, the new moon is always, it's called the dark moon actually, it's the dark time. And so it's been murder in Scotland, as we say, murder meaning it's been crazy and dark and all the things. It's been tricky. So, it's, maybe this won't be a good idea because you might not be able to hear me. Anyway, my intention was there, we'll talk about that. So, Leo is all about us having courage and having heart and having faith and trusting in the physical. Because if you think about a lion, what does it bring to mind? It's in its body. It's there. It's strong, courageous, and ready to move any time. But there's also a real waiting. The lion waits. And it rests a lot, you know. You know, that rest gives space for the time to pounce when it's time. But they're instinctual, as can we be. So as we move into the darkest part of the moon, usually as the moon starts to come fully dark, is when the energy changes. And I'm sure all of you have experienced the darker parts of yourself. I know many of my people around me have been sludging through stuff that they could never imagine, as have I. So nature requires us to step into those parts of ourselves, to those natural nature parts, the seasonal parts of us. We are the stars, we are the earth, the moon, the sky, the water, everything. We are it all. So when you think of these elements, we have to allow ourselves to embody them, okay? And we go up, we go down, and it's all part of nature. We are nature, we're not separate from it, never ever separate. So as we step into this new moon in Leo, what can you do through your heart? What can you do that takes courage? What can you do that's loyal? What can you do that gives love? So for instance, I'm going to make a curry and it's really early in the morning. But I'm going to do it because then it's nourishing all of us later on when it's cold tonight. My wee boy's getting his first set of braces. So it'll be there to nourish us. And as always, the food, whatever you buy, wherever you get it from, the process of you holding it in your hands, the process of you chopping it, making it, creating it, putting it together, this is a recipe, this is a ritual, this is you putting your frequency through it. So no matter where you buy your vegetables or your meat, if you have intention of making that meal full of love, then that's what it becomes. Does that make sense? You are that too. Now I'm working with that myself deeply and have been for a very long time. And you can too. You can too. So these are spells that we can bring into our life, and especially today on this dark moon in Leo. Leo's actually my north node, so I'm learning to be Leo. And when I created this beautiful card, this came through at the new moon in Leo. And I didn't, as I do with everything, I don't think, I just feel. And I felt that this was to come through. And it's interesting because this was one of the first cards that was made in my oracle deck. My oracle deck will be ready to buy within the next couple of weeks, and I'll let you know when it is, so you can get your wee pack for you, because they are extra beautiful. But no, seriously, what can you do today to bring the idea, the feeling of the lion into your world? What does it mean? How can you, how can you add your ingredients? How can you create from your potatoes, your silver beet, your onions? What can you put? How can you create, how can you make something magical from what you have into something else? That is magic, that is a spell. And we all work with those daily. It's no separate. And yes, it is witchcraft, but it's magic, and you can do it. So, go for it. Have a think about how you can bring the lion through you. And be proud of yourself that you made it through the darkest time. And allow yourself for it to happen again in a month's time. And in 2 weeks' time, it'll be full moon. And that is the energy of water. We are water. We are connected to water. We are more water than anything. So trust your wee self and allow yourself for the darker times. It's okay. It's part of it. Alright, over and out. Loves from the wee Celtic witch witching in her kitchen. I'll go and get this curry done. Finish my wee coffee. Alright, nice to see you, and P.S. I'm in my jammies. This is how I went to school, with my wee thing on. I'm a cracker. Anyway, love your guts. Have a great day. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.